abandoned camp.
That suitcase wasn't here before. Wonder if it's that guy's. Where is that guy? Anyways, we're getting out of here.
Going into the woods alone at night can be downright terrifying. But what if you stumble upon something or someone you'd rather not face? Tonight, we're uncovering 6 of the most spine-chilling encounters ever caught on camera. These stories will have you thinking twice before ever setting foot in the woods alone again. Let's jump straight into the first unsettling encounter. The first video tonight comes from Swamp Valley, a UK-based channel specializing in immersive paranormal exploration with a survival twist. His content blends bushcraft, solo camping, and real-time investigations in isolated or historically unsettling locations, documenting events as they unfold without heavy editing. It is October 31st, 2018, in the woods surrounding Sungable Detention Center, United Kingdom. The explorer settles into his woodland campsite, gathering firewood and preparing a small cooking area using simple bushcraft techniques. The forest appears calm. Natural ambient sounds drift through the trees, and nothing immediately seems out of place. However, the isolation is noticeable. With daylight fading and no other presence nearby, the stillness begins to feel heavier. The quiet is not dramatic, just vast and uninterrupted, setting the stage for what follows.
I got my salami on the stick and I'm ready to cook.
The proximity of the noise is what unsettles him most. It does not feel distant, it feels close. The same noise occurs again. The repetition changes the tone from curiosity to concern. 1 unexplained sound could be dismissed. 2, in similar intervals, becomes harder to ignore. He begins reassessing the wisdom of staying overnight in the location.
I've packed up my bags. I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm not messing about with this stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. It's gonna be a bugger because I gotta climb through them woods again. But obviously not very welcome here, and I'm okay with that. I think it's time to go. I'm not spending the night in here. Compass isn't working. I'm just gonna have to follow like instincts. There are planes flying. I'm gonna try and use them to navigate. This is messed up, man. This is actually messed up. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep walking. Hope I get lucky. Again. I don't even know where the hell I'm going. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. Oh.
With darkness now fully set in, the situation becomes more complicated. Water levels are low, footing is uncertain, and his camera battery is draining. Navigating back through dense woodland in near-dark conditions adds both physical and psychological pressure. Using compass bearings and instinct, he makes the decision to exit rather than remain exposed. The retreat highlights the real challenges of solo woodland exploration: limited light, failing equipment, and unknown surroundings. No visual entity or clear source for the noise is ever identified. The experience is defined purely by sound and atmosphere. Repeated unexplained noises, combined with isolation and the location's unsettling history, create a night that feels tense without providing clear answers. He reflects on how darkness and solitude can amplify uncertainty, even for someone comfortable in the outdoors. The video ends not with proof of the paranormal, but with a reminder that in remote woodland at night, the line between natural and unexplained can feel very thin. Before we move on, if you're enjoying the video so far, leaving a like really helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. We recently passed 50,000 subscribers, and that's entirely because of you. The next target is 100,000 before the end of the year. Ambitious, but worth aiming for. There's a hidden word somewhere in this video. See if you can spot it. Now, let's continue. The next horrifying video comes from Wild Bliss Bunny, a solo female outdoor adventure creator focused on minimalist camping, urban stealth camps, and lightweight backpacking setups. Her content typically balances calm preparation with the realities of camping alone. It is February 14th, 2026 in California, United States. An urban redwood grove near a public walking road.
Maybe I'll just leave that while I get this together. Yeah, this is, oops, oopsie daisy. Wow, I'm really glad I brought these extra stakes. I only have 4 of them, hopefully that's enough. This could actually go around this tree if it was longer, but I don't think it's long enough. I don't know if I need it. All right, it looks like it's up. I may need to go around and finesse the things. This one. This one could almost go on the same one. Yeah, that works. Maybe that's why you don't need as many, because a lot of them could go on the same one. I think I'm gonna put it on a longer one. The ones I brought are longer. Let's go in and see what it's like.
She finishes pitching her lightweight trekking pole tent within the redwood grove. Earlier in the evening, her microphone was damaged after her tripod fell, creating minor frustration, but she adapts and continues setting up camp.
On the bike, and he kept doing circles around, and then he sat at the bench that I showed you earlier, the table, and then he went and sat by a tree, and I was like, what is going on? And then I thought he left, and then he came and he said knock knock after I set up my tent and everything, and I'm like, why are you knock knocking? You know, why are you circling around on your bike and making it like you left? And then after I'm here and get my stuff all situated and set up, come up and say knock knock in the dark. He doesn't even have a light or anything, so way too sketchy.
The repetition shifts the mood from peaceful to uneasy. Although he appears to leave briefly, he remains somewhere nearby. The uncertainty of not knowing his exact location increases her vigilance. She listens carefully, aware that darkness now limits visibility.
Up, not all the way to the tent. I don't know what he looks like, to be honest with you. I didn't get a good view of his face because it was so dark out, but he said knock knock. And I was like, knock knock? Why are you knock knocking me? I'm a female alone in the woods. The last thing I want is some dude all by himself.
She keeps her response minimal and neutral, avoiding engagement. Her priority becomes de-escalation and personal safety rather than conversation.
I can, and trust my gut. My gut was get the F out of there. So I'm sorry guys, this is a really short little video. I didn't do much in this video. There's not going to be a lot of footage, but I definitely had to abandon camp tonight. And my microphone broke. Man, it just was not my night tonight. But, you know, in that particular spot, there is a lot of noise. So I don't know what it's going to...
Even after he shifts position, he does not fully leave the area. Deciding the situation is too unpredictable to ignore, she begins packing up her gear. Despite the inconvenience and disappointment, she chooses to abandon the camp entirely. The grove that initially seemed ideal for a quiet stealth setup is left behind in favor of safety. The night ends not because of wildlife or paranormal activity, but because of a real-world threat. Broken equipment earlier in the evening becomes insignificant compared to the discomfort of being monitored in the dark. She reflects on the importance of trusting intuition when camping alone, particularly in semi-urban environments. The decision to leave early reinforces a key lesson. No campsite is worth compromising personal safety. The video concludes as a grounded reminder that in solo camping, awareness and decisive action are just as important as preparation. The next chilling video comes from Man-Dog Wild, a UK-based channel centered on wild camping, survival, and wilderness exploration, alongside his loyal dog companions. His content captures real-time navigation through rugged terrain, documenting both practical outdoor challenges and the subtle tension that comes with isolation. It is January 13th, 2025, in remote mountainous Woodland, United Kingdom.
What do you reckon, DC? She's looking at something. What is it? Currently, obviously, right now. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay.
Approaching the forest from a new direction, he and the dogs push through dense brush and steep ground. Yeti moves confidently ahead, while DC appears more hesitant. The forest feels unusually silent. There are no birds calling, no obvious wildlife movement. Thorny branches and crown of thorns plants catch at boots and clothing, slowing progress. The dog's shifting behavior, alert pauses, subtle hesitation, introduces an early sense of unease before anything explicit occurs.
The atmosphere about this place. I don't know if it's because it's just super quiet if you listen. No birds, no bird song, no birds singing. That could be the reason. And you know what they say about, oh my God, I can't get out with either. Oh, DC. Yeah, this way, okay, DC?
Thick brush blocks the route forward. Thorny vegetation forces them to stop and reassess. For a moment, they are effectively stuck, scanning for an alternative path. The dog's anxious posture amplifies the tension. Uneven ground and obstructed visibility increase the physical and psychological strain.
Into all these pine needles. Good job, DC, good job. There's like something, you know, could live in there. It's probably a good little shelter.
Steep, overgrown slopes force them to backtrack several times. progress is slow and careful to avoid injury. The forest feels increasingly isolating, with every turn leading into more dense growth rather than open ground. The longer they remain within the brush, the heavier the atmosphere becomes. As daylight begins to fade, priority shifts from exploration to exit. The dogs remain attentive and tense. With careful navigation and controlled movement, they begin making their way out of the woodland. The oppressive stillness gradually lifts as they leave the densest area behind. No creature is seen. No definitive threat emerges. Yet the combination of dense terrain, unusual silence, and the dog's persistent unease creates a deeply tense experience. The expedition highlights how remote woodland can become psychologically unsettling, even without direct confrontation. Rugged ground, thick vegetation, and fading light are enough to turn a routine hike into something far more intense. They emerge unharmed, but the forest leaves a lasting impression, not because of what was witnessed, but because of how it felt. The next shocking video of the night comes from Exploring with Brad, a Canadian YouTube channel focused on abandoned buildings, forgotten properties, and historical sites. Brad's style is calm and respectful, typically centered on documenting decay and uncovering local history, rather than seeking confrontation. It is December 19th, 2025, at Fort Willow, near Barrie, Canada. Brad arrives after dark, moving cautiously through snow-covered woodland surrounding Fort Willow. Using a previously referenced tape as context for the location, he navigates quietly, keeping his torch low to avoid drawing attention. The forest is unusually silent. Faint voices seem to echo from deeper within the trees. He pauses frequently, scanning for movement. Occasional distant flickers of light appear between trunks, suggesting activity beyond wildlife.
Like, dude.
Okay, ready?
This is what we're dealing with. Like,
See
look
this
at this
fresh snow?
Yeah. Look at his foot. Boom. And it only gets worse, eh?
Dude, that was 2 days of snow.
Oh, fudge. Yeah, I don't know. How do we get...
Great.
Can we cut through here? Oh.
I don't know, dude.
So we just trace our steps back?
Yeah, I guess we go back.
Flickering torchlight becomes clearer through the trees. Organized voices can now be heard, controlled, deliberate, and distinctly human. The pattern of movement confirms others are present in the area. Brad continues recording while maintaining distance, recognizing that this is no longer a simple abandoned site exploration.
The devil is real.
Yes. We know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Shouts are heard in his direction, accompanied by movement and crunching footsteps in the snow. The possibility that he has been spotted becomes real. At this point, he abandons any intention of continuing the investigation.
Saw it move. It was like it was dancing. And then
You are a gift.
It knows about you. It knows what you got.
What is that, dude?
I don't know. Are they evil, Braden?
It was just standing up there.
Oh, you're seeing stuff. Braden thinks he's seeing things. This way.
like a very pale...
Like, did it look like a cryptid?
Brad makes a controlled but urgent exit through the icy woodland. Snow and uneven terrain make footing difficult, but he prioritizes distance and concealment. He keeps his light low and moves quickly, putting space between himself and the activity near the fort. Fort Willow disappears behind him as he clears the forest. What began as a historical night exploration escalated into a genuine safety situation. Voices, organized movement, torchlight, and gunfire indicated active human presence in an isolated area. Brad emphasizes caution when exploring remote locations, particularly after dark. The experience serves as a reminder that abandoned or historic sites are not always empty, and awareness, restraint, and a willingness to retreat can be the most important survival decisions. The next video comes from The Midnight Project, a US-based paranormal investigation channel known for immersive, nighttime explorations of allegedly haunted locations. Their content leans into suspense, combining historical backstory with live investigations using night vision, motion trigger devices, and real-time reactions. It is February 11th, 2026, at Jacobs Well, Texas, United States.
Saw that white figure. That's the camera. We saw this white figure that was chasing us. Hey, Jax. Oh, did you hear that?
A pale white shape appears briefly behind the investigators. It moves quickly and is visible only for a moment. The team reacts immediately, startled by the sudden visual anomaly. Whether shadow distortion, light refraction, or something else entirely, the brief figure sets the tone for the rest of the investigation.
Guys, we just heard something right as we turned the camera off. Wait, shine the flight.
Put this video on me. I don't think you'll be able to capture it.
Wait, Sean, what did you hear?
I heard, like, as we were laughing, right? I heard in the background there was a loud woo noise in the background that was
Actually?
like laughing with us. Yes.
Right as I
Right,
finished talking.
right,
As we finished talking.
right as we finished
It
talking.
kind of sounded
we
like a
heard-
little cackle, like a little child cackle as we were fucking.
A child?
Yes.
Dude, the child was the one that was the last one that didn't survive.
Oh, yeah, so...
Later in the investigation, a more defined white shape appears to move alongside one of the team members. At nearly the same time, one of the cat balls activates. The simultaneous visual and equipment response heightens adrenaline. They attempt to document the moment clearly while maintaining situational awareness near the water's edge.
You know, I'm dead ass. Did you hear that?
Yo, who farted? Oh, I just rolled my ankle. Dude, where are we going?
I think it's this way. I think it's this way.
Alright, stop running.
Okay, guys, so we had to leave because there was a bunch of people who were coming in. We thought somebody was going to catch us, so we ran back to the car. That's wraps for today. We got pretty much a lot. I mean, that interaction was pretty crazy. Y'all got anything to say?
Yeah. I was actually, it blew my expectations. I didn't even expect to see anything really.
Anything y'all got to say?
I would say for my first time going to Jacobs Well, it lives up to the hype, the fear factor of it, I would say.
Unrelated individuals approach the area, breaking the isolation of the site. Given the unpredictability of both the environment and the situation, the team chooses to retreat toward their vehicle. The decision underscores how public locations can introduce unexpected variables during late-night investigations. The night at Jacobs Well is marked by fleeting visual anomalies, unexplained sounds, and motion trigger activity. No definitive evidence is captured that confirms the supernatural, but the combination of environment, legend, and real-time reactions creates an intense atmosphere. The investigators leave with heightened caution and respect for the site. Whether the events were paranormal, environmental, or psychological, The experience reinforces Jacobs Well's reputation as a location that feels active, layered with history, and capable of unsettling even seasoned investigators. Before we get into the next clip, around 70% of people watching aren't subscribed. We're working toward 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you're enjoying the video, hitting subscribe really does help. All right, let's get back to it. The last video of the night comes from Mael Adventures, a UK-based outdoor adventure channel focused on wild camping, solo hiking, and rugged experiences across the Peak District, Lake District, and Snowdonia. Her content centers on immersive nature experiences while openly documenting real-world challenges and safety considerations. It is October 19th, 2025, in the Peak District, United Kingdom, at a riverside location known for rapid water level changes. She and her father arrive at a narrow riverside spot and begin pitching their tent. Space is limited, forcing them to share a single tent on wet, uneven ground. The river runs fast beside them, and rising fog rolls in as daylight fades. The sound of moving water grows louder. Subtle changes in the current become noticeable, and the campsite begins to feel less secure. What initially seemed like a scenic riverside location now feels exposed and vulnerable to shifting conditions.
That we're going to abandon camp because the river is rising so much, and it's already we're so damp here now, more so than earlier. Yeah, we decided that it's just a no-go today and just gonna go home. It's a shame, but yeah.
The river rises quickly, creeping closer to their setup. Recognizing the real risk of flooding, they make the immediate decision to abandon camp rather than attempt to wait it out. Gear is packed quickly, and safety takes priority over finishing the overnight stay.
Because as we were walking, a gigantic tree fell down. Isn't it, Dad? Yeah. Me and Dad were literally just really, really shocked. It made me scream, actually. I'm kind of glad that we actually left, because imagine if we were there just sleeping and then the tree just fell down on us. Anyway, it's going to be a long journey back home. It's a shame that we had to abandon, but at the same time, it's understandable why we needed to. We really tried to push it as much as we can. We even put the tarp up, but it just wasn't happening. And I've got tons of cuts because I fell over so many times. To be honest with you, it's really nice here, but I don't think I'll come here when it's raining again. I know this place gets busy in the summer.
Back in a safer location, they reflect on the experience. The early exit was disappointing, but necessary. Minor injuries and the fallen tree serve as reminders that riverside camping during unstable weather carries real risk. The night highlights the unpredictability of nature in the Peak District, powerful, fast-changing, and unforgiving when underestimated. Despite the abrupt ending, the experience strengthens their respect for weather awareness, site selection, and knowing when to walk away. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these 6 spine-tingling encounters, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more chilling and terrifying videos. There's always another mystery waiting to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss what's next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.